After 2 phone calls today with the new U.S. President, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says tariffs on Canadian goods will be paused for 30 days while our countries work together, while the threat of tariffs still looms in the weeks to come. Now, it's a reprieve for Canadians who were expecting to feel the pinch of rising costs. Emily Taylor joins us live in studio with the latest on this. Emily.
Matt, in a statement on X this afternoon, Trudeau also lists out a number of new measures Canada will take to secure the border, as Trump has been pushing for. In a midnight hour deal, U.S. President Donald Trump has agreed to delay all tariffs against Canadian goods for 30 days. In his statement posted on X, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau writes, "I just had a good call with President Trump. Canada is implementing our $1.3 billion border plan." He lists a number of new border initiatives, including appointing a fentanyl czar, listing cartels as terrorists, ensuring 24/7 eyes on the border, launching a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, and finally supporting a new intelligence directive with $200 million. Trudeau says the 30-day pause will allow our two countries to work together. Trump telling reporters earlier in the day that his phone call with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau went very well.
I also spoke with Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada, and we had a good talk in the morning.
The agreement to delay all tariffs is a 180 from his earlier statements, as Trump repeated his call for Canada to become the 51st state.
What I'd like to see, Canada become our 51st state.
Fue una buena conversación en el marco de respeto.
Tariffs on Mexico will also be held off for 30 days after President Claudia Sheinbaum promised to send 10,000 troops to her country's border with the U.S. Earlier today, federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre called on Ottawa to do the same and send Canadian Armed Forces troops and helicopters to secure the border.
These tariffs are unjustified and they are wrong. The United States needs to do more on its border, and so do we.
I'd never support that guy in my entire life. What a, he goes up and just stabs you right in the heart. Forget that. We're supposed to be as close as ally, as close as friend.
Meanwhile, incumbent Premier Doug Ford had some choice words for Trump this morning, but is now walking back some of the province's retaliatory measures, saying with the U.S. pausing tariffs, Ontario will also pause our retaliatory measures. If President Trump proceeds with the tariffs, we won't hesitate to remove American products off LCBO shelves or ban American companies from provincial procurement. Earlier today, Ford had threatened to rip up the $100 million contract with Elon Musk's Starlink that would bring internet to rural Ontario. Musk simply responding, "Oh well," on X. But the threat of tariffs isn't over, and Ontario leaders are still preparing for all possibilities. Earlier today, Ontario's NDP announced their plan to protect the province from Trump's tariffs if elected, though it did not come with any dollar figures attached.
As Premier, I will defend each and every single job in this province.
Meanwhile, Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie is accusing Ford of leaving Ontario in limbo by kicking off an election during such an uncertain time.
I think he's failed to protect us. What's the plan? Okay, we're going to remove beer and wine from the LCBO. Great. What are you going to do for stimulus for our industries?
Trudeau's not expected to speak today, but we should learn more about new additions to secure the border in the coming days. There are still plenty of questions.